It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
We have an act here that I should go over with you first so you understand everything. It's Confidentiality Act. Nothing you say will leave here, except for if I thought you were going to self-harm, if it involved children, if I had my notes subpoenaed to court, and then every now and then my supervisor will look over my notes. Other than that, everything you say will stay right here. You're all right with that, right?
Yeah. Good.
Okay, great. How was your trip in?
It was good. It's raining out, so had to get my umbrella out, and it's still, as I was trying to like get in here and you're trying to put the umbrella down, you still kind of get soaked, but oh well, it's all right, I guess.
Well, that's good. Little rain, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we need it, but
Yeah.
I think we've had a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what's brought you here today?
Well, I've sort of been having relationship issues where I just feel, I guess, really unappreciated,
Right.
and like I'm putting in all this effort to try to do stuff for us, and like we're living together. So I feel like I'm doing all this stuff around the apartment, all the cleaning and cooking everything, and taking care of like we do have a shared bank account, but I'm always in charge of taking care of if stuff gets paid on time. Um, if something's not working, I'm the one who has to make phone calls to get people in to fix stuff. And it just feels like, I don't know, I'm just sick of always having to do all this stuff.
Right, so you're feeling quite overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Have you spoke to your partner at all about all this?
Kind of, but I don't know, they just don't seem to get it. Like they think, because they work full time and bring in money, that that's all they have to do. And I work too, but I guess I only work part time, so it seems like I get expected to do all this extra stuff, but
is there anything maybe you can do to show her that you seem to be doing all the work and she's not, or I think maybe somebody else talking to her might help, or
yeah, maybe something I could do. I thought about it, but I've never went and done it before. But if I wrote down a list of, all the things that need to be done, and just so that she could see all the stuff I'm actually doing, that I'm not just sitting around all day doing nothing.
right.
And so maybe if she saw that, she could see that, things need to be more equal, I guess.
Yes, that might help. Yeah, I understand that. She really needs to understand that you are feeling overwhelmed to help your relationship, or do you believe maybe it's starting to cause a bit of issues in your relationship?
I think it is like it's causing me to feel like resentment, and then she doesn't seem to understand, why I'm not in a good mood at the end of the day when she gets home from work, and why, I'm not thrilled. So yeah, I'd say it's causing some problems.
I understand it seems like it might be a large problem for you then. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your relationship right now because of not feeling so appreciated?
Well, it's hard to say. Like, it used to be maybe an 8 or a 9.
Right.
But I'd say right now maybe it's only about a 5 or a 6. I still want to have the relationship, but I just think that some things need to change.
Right.
And maybe we need to talk about some things. Like, one thing that happened in the last year. We've been together a few years, and in the last year, she decided that she wanted to get a dog, and I didn't really want to get a dog. And just because I knew, okay, we're only in an apartment, I know how much work it is because I've had dogs before. And so I said, okay, if you get the dog, because that's what you want, you have to take it out to go to the bathroom. You have to make sure that you give it food and you know, brush it, and so that there's not hair all over the place, and you have to clean up after it and all this stuff. And of course, at the time, oh yeah, I'll do that, I'll do that. And then about a week or so after, who is the one who has to do it all is me. And it's just super annoying because I never even wanted the dog. I mean, I like dogs, but we just, you know, we don't have a house with like
It's
a
a lot of
fenced-in yard.
responsibility. Right, so I understand then that you're feeling all the responsibility now has been shifted to you. And she's really not helping much at all, even the dog. Have you guys considered maybe counseling together? See if maybe that would help your relationship and her seeing your point of view of how you're feeling?
I mean, I never really thought about it before, but that sounds like a good idea of something that could happen.
Right. Do you have any other supports in your family?
Well, I'm close with my parents, but they live kind of far away and don't have any kids yet. I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings.
Right. So you have no support there with siblings?
Yeah, so.
No sisters or brothers that you can actually talk to? Or...
I have a couple of my cousins that I'm close to that I talk to actually, so.
That's good.
You know, that I go and have dinner with or go, you know, visit with. So I guess I do have some supports, but sometimes it just doesn't feel like it, I guess.
Right. Well, that's good. That's a good strength to help you, motivate you to maybe get your partner on board with you so she maybe understands that you're feeling so overwhelmed with everything and you feel you're working your job and you're still having to come home and do all the other duties as well, and she's not. So that's really good. And you have a very good strength because you've come in here today and wanted to talk about it to try and get your relationship back on track. We do have other resources that maybe you could look into.
Okay.
I think group counseling with your spouse or your partner would be very beneficial to you both. Maybe with the groups, you'd be able to see how other people are having the same issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So tonight, though, if you went to bed and you woke up in the morning and your problem was completely gone, how would that look for you then?
I guess it would look like, like all the work wasn't put on me. Like, you know, maybe instead of me making supper and cleaning up, you know, I could cook and then she could help clean up, or we could do it together.
Right.
And like more doing stuff together when we can, and then splitting up other tasks when we can.
Right.
And I think then a lot of pressure would be off me. So then I think we could maybe get back to how we used to be with, like, you know, talking and joking around and having a good time. And
so you feel then that would help your relationship a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
And also help your own personal feelings of how things are going. Have you ever thought of maybe writing a list out and asking her to go over the list with you so you can kind of share different duties?
I would try.
It might help you to influence her to see how you're doing all of these yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that could help.
Yeah.
Is there anything maybe that you could do that would make you feel less unappreciative?
I guess maybe if we had an actual discussion and like I even get like more acknowledgement or recognition at least that I'm doing this stuff instead of like, you know, then maybe I wouldn't be in such a bad mood about doing it. Because really, I guess I don't mind doing a lot of the stuff. Like, I actually do like cooking and I don't mind, you know, doing
But it's the way
things.
you're feeling
But
how.
I just feel, yeah, I feel like if, you know, if she said thank you
Yes.
or like, you know, I appreciate that or, you know, and it felt like it just wasn't all going unnoticed, then maybe I would feel better.
So you're kind of feeling maybe even just like you're a maid in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not really a couple anymore that are working towards things together.
And when they get home, like, you know, I'm not in a great mood, and then it's almost like that gets blamed on me too, like why, like I'm, you know,
Not
not,
grumpy or whatever.
yeah, like I'm, you know, always
It's
grouchy.
understandable.
But it's like, you know, there's a reason for it, and maybe I need to work on being more outspoken about stuff that bothers me, because I guess I don't usually ever really say that much how I'm feeling. I just try to hide it, push it all down, and just, you know, maybe if I went with your advice and got some like couples counseling or whatever you want to call it, it might help, because then after I get it out, I won't feel like I'm holding all this feelings in.
Right. And that sometimes makes matters worse, right? Have you ever maybe thought just going a day or two without doing anything and seeing when she comes home how she feels?
Yeah.
If maybe she would pick up and start doing things.
Interesting.
It's a suggestion. I don't know if it will work, but
it could be interesting. Like maybe I could try that if, you know, the other things weren't working out, because then, you know, she could see that, you know, all the stuff that wasn't getting done, and then how much work it actually is to get all this stuff done. And you know, I have to keep track on my calendar of like when each bills are due. Like I said, it's shared money, but I'm always in charge of paying the phone bills, paying for the internet, paying for the heat and the hydro and the mortgage payment and everything like that. So, like, how hard it is to actually keep track in your brain when all this stuff has to be done. And, you know, if you just, yeah.
I think maybe if you can try and maybe let her notice different things, that might help. I do understand how you're feeling so overwhelmed all the time when the responsibility is placed on one person and it's not a shared responsibility, especially if you are a couple trying to make the relationship better as well. There is some other suggestions maybe. Maybe you going and finding hobbies to maybe make you feel a little bit better about yourself, or getting out and maybe socializing with other people while she's at work and you're home. And that way you're not feeling like you're at home all the time doing all the work. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, I think that's some good ideas.
Yeah, it could help make you at least get your self-esteem back a little bit better, right? Anyways, I'd like you to maybe try some of those things if you feel it's going to help you.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe talk to her, maybe try and do a list like I suggested. Whether it works, you'll have to find out. I'd like to schedule another appointment with you. When do you think that would be a good day or time for you?
This day works good, in the same time, maybe in a week or so. Would that be
that
okay?
would be good. I will put you in for 1 week from today, same time, same day. Try and just keep your spirits up some and
thank you.
And see what happens when you go home if you maybe try and talk to her. Okay? I hope you have a good day. It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet
and I do know
too.
you have a lot of strengths there.
Thanks.
And try and keep motivated.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And you have a good day and a safe trip back home.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.